We have Sam Hicks, Keith Patterson, and Kaghen Roach. KP, could you give a statement, please?
Yeah, extremely proud of our players. Thought we were very well prepared. Did a great job executing the plan. You know, we just talked about with Maverick not being available, that really we just gotta. We've been doing it all year long. We're not built around one person, you know, we've had 10 young men recognized as players of the week throughout the course of the year, 8 different people. So we knew that going in that everyone just do what we do, and we win as a team. Like I said, we have no superstars. We just got a bunch of guys that love each other, and I'm very proud of them. You know, they really stayed the course. They, you know, first time since I've been here that we've been practicing during Thanksgiving, and I thought they did a really good job of managing all that, because that can become a distraction a little bit if you let it. But I thought we were well prepared today on both sides of the ball, and we did everything that it takes to win a game. And again, it's just a total team win.
Defensive effort, first shutout of the season.
Yeah.
Time to come.
Yeah, I've said it. I told the ESPN Plus people on Wednesday when I was walking around Lunsford, I told them, I said, we're a lot better on defense than probably what the numbers show. You know, and people I think they're shocked once they start playing how physical we are up front. I think that was evident. I don't believe they had 100 yards rushing. And, you know, I think that, you know, I mean, that was a top 25 offense in the country statistically, and so proud of our guys, because I knew we just were getting closer and closer. I mean, last week we played good with the exception of 2 plays, and I've been talking about those 2 plays for a month and a half now, and I just kept preaching that if we will eliminate those 2 plays, we're going to go from being a solid defense to being a really, really good defense. And you saw what that looked like today. And man, I'm so proud of those guys. Man, they played with a great effort. You know, and when you look at it, these young men who have been with me for 3 years, both these guys came in this year, but those young men that have been with me for 3 years are 12-4 at home. They've lost a 1-point game, 2 3-point games, and a 7-point game, where they would be 16-0 at home in the last 3 years. That's pretty impressive, and my hat's off to those guys. And you know, we're just we're looking forward to playing the Standard next week. You know, it's really interesting when Dr. Schubert first called me. You know, when we were talking, I don't remember at what point, but he had said something about you know, his vision for this program. And when I shut my eyes, I saw one side of the stadium purple and white, and I saw the other one green and gold, and man, that's what we just earned the opportunity to do. It's just so happens it's going to be a lot more green and gold than there is purple and white.
And Coach, your first ACU's first shutout since 2021. Just talk about the effort you came out with from the start.
Yeah, we knew we really challenged our guys up front to dominate the line of scrimmage. They were as active in the pass rush as I've seen all year long. They played relentless. We got to continue to build upon that. Really played strong to the run, and I knew that we've done it all year long. Really, I mean, we have played so many good running backs. I mean, you go back from. I mean, we start off with Taj, and I mean, then you got. I mean, it just Powell, Lamson. I mean, it was like, good grief. I mean. The number of the talented running backs in our conference and what we have faced all year long, man, we knew we were prepared for this challenge that we had today, and so proud. I mean, you guys have heard me say it before. At the end of the day, it's a player's game. They're the ones that brought the intensity. They're the ones that brought the energy, the passion, and we talked about that. I mean, every time that we haven't done that this year, it hasn't been good. But when we do, it's really good.
You know, Roach, the second quarter goal line stand where they're at the 6-inch line.
Yes, sir.
What did that do for the defense when you get that stop?
Oh, man, it was huge. I mean, we practice that every week. I mean, Coach gets us prepared every week, so we're put in those situations during practice. So it wasn't anything new. I mean, we just relied back on our preparation, our training, and so we weren't in any deep water, really. We knew, okay, well, we can do this. Yeah, for sure.
You guys seem to get a little more heat on the quarterback today than you have maybe all year. What was the
Yes, sir. Coach Holt getting on me all week, emphasized how big it would be going into the playoffs, really taking it to another level. I knew that I had to really hone in on my pass rush. And then, I mean, the D-line as a whole, I mean, I got there, but the guys moving that quarterback around in the pocket made it easy for me. And then our guys on the back end holding them in coverage is the only reason I could get time to get back there. Yes, sir.
Honestly, KP, it's a great game, but you want to look at the other side of it too, and you don't want to accept anything in a win that you win in a loss. And obviously, those 3 interceptions, what was behind that, and how can you move forward and switch that up?
Yeah, it's the pace of it. For Carson Bent to step in there, he just got to get rid of it quicker. I think he held on to it too long, hoping for somebody to come open eventually, and then he tried to throw one of them out of bounds, didn't get it quite out of bounds. Then he tried to force 2 ball, and I'll tell you this: on both those, the guys made really. It just looked awkward on both the slant going back toward Moody. And the guy did a nice job undercutting it, so you gotta give that guy he made a heads up play, and he knew he had no help, so he was really heavy and jumped the inside route. Then the one that the linebacker picked off, I felt like probably right there, just chunk it out of bounds, and I think he was just trying to hang in there and make plays. You just got to get better at that, get rid of the ball when you need to.
And Sam, with Maverick out, it was pretty easy to see that you were going to have to do a little bit more work in this one. Just talk about the mentality of getting ready for that and kind of knowing.
Started practice. We knew Mav. It was a possibility Mav might not be able to play. So I talked to coach. Said, Coach, I'm ready. 23 was out. My boy Isaiah, he was out. So I already knew the mindset was let's work harder. Let's work harder, practice. Let's make plays. Let's do my job. That's all. I wasn't even a superstar. Coach Brown even said, don't be a superstar. Don't be a hero. Just do your job. So the man do the same. Shout out to my O-line for doing that. Like I said, I told him, I heard back out game, I'm going to tell y'all boys get some wings. So, they did their thing, especially Carson, man. Shout out to him as well. And we just work hard. That's all it is, man. Working hard. Yeah. I show love.
KP, you look back to last year, the A&M game where you go to College Station, you hang with an SEC team. I think it was until the 4th quarter. Yeah. How much confidence did that give you guys heading into this year for the wild run that you've been on so far?
Yeah, I showed that clip a couple of times. It was 24-10 in the 4th quarter at A&M, and Ty Williams comes and runs right in front of the punter. The punter literally had to pull the ball down, and he turns his head to punt it, or it could have been closer than that. So I just showed that just to try to build confidence that, look, like when you put your mind to something, you can do far more than what you think you can. And then that kind of carried over into the Tech game. I mean, it really started with me in the Texas Tech game, down 15-0, down 22-3 or 7, down 32-21, and we just kept coming in 42-42, and that game. That's where I knew this team, this group of young men were different. I've talked about all the time building a football program that when circumstances get difficult, we win games. We haven't been able to do that. All those losses that I mentioned earlier. There's actually 6 of the losses that have been one score out of those like 9 or 10 losses. And I just knew that this group was going to be different, and they have been.
Okay, Roach, I mean, kind of same question as Sam, but with Maverick out, defense had to step up. I mean,
yes, sir.
The offense has carried you guys a lot this season.
Mm-hmm.
This is your guys' turn today. Just how good does it feel to be able to do that with kind of Maverick out?
Yes, sir. Man, it's awesome. We knew going in there were setbacks, dealing with some injuries on the team, so we took it upon ourselves. That it was going to come down to a defensive game overall. I mean, that's football. KP stresses it every week, that how important it is for defense to step up. But, I mean, we had faith in Carson. We've seen him work his tail off all week, so there was no doubt with it when it came to Carson. But, yeah, we knew as a defense that going into the playoffs, new season, and nothing mattered but going 1-0. And so, yes, sir.
And no doubt. Shout out to Carson as well. Like he threw some dots.
Man, he made some plays where it was needed, for sure. Yeah, he's just first start. That's respected, you know. So that's I'm proud of him, for sure.
Tell us about that 97-yard drive there in the first quarter that you hadn't done much the first couple of drives.
Yeah.
Then you get that one going. You had the big run, and you've got a couple of big pass completions. How much confidence did that give you guys, not only in the offense as a whole, but in Carson as well?
Man, it was just like, hey, now that like once the offense started working, it's like a machine. Like, oh yeah, now we got to roll. You know, that's just been a confidence that Carson and myself, the lineman, everybody, Blaine, Nehemiah, it's just a machine. And once we kept going, like, oh yeah, now we got something going. That's how to get Carson warmed up, get me warmed up, all types of stuff. You know, like I said, man, I'm proud of my team, proud of myself, thanking God. You know, so I had to say that.
Coach, you always talk about having a two-score lead and how dangerous that can be because you ease back a little bit, and your team held on to a two-score lead all game. What does that say?
Yeah, I could never be an offensive coach. My temperament is not built that way. Like I knew that we had to get to 17. I mean, to take a deep breath. I mean, I've just seen it happen. I've seen it turn on a dime so many times in the course of 39 years, and I just know that people just get a false sense of security when you're up 13-0, 14, 12 point. It looks a lot more than what it really is. So I just knew, man, if we could ever just get off 10, I just wanted to get off 10, and because just crazy things happen in football, and with that ball being the shape that it is, it bounces funny sometimes, and man, when we finally hit that 17 point, now I knew, okay, now we made them one-dimensional, and now they're going to throw the ball into 8 people, and I like my chances.
KP,
I know you don't want to think about anything too far ahead, and you won't talk about North Dakota State till tomorrow, really, probably. But first thoughts on playing a team that's the standard at this level?
Yeah, I mean, we view everything as an opportunity, right? Like, what an incredible opportunity to showcase our great university again on, the publicity that we're bringing to our university and to our football program, and to the state of Texas and the big country and the city of Abilene. I mean, that's just because it's everything that we've talked about with our team, who we represent, and to be able to set a goal and work toward that goal and get people to believe and buy into it. I just knew that this year I knew that we had the core that believed, and they sound like I sound. Now you hear 2 young men here that came into that program, and now they sound like they sound. So I knew we became like-minded, and I know that our young men are going to be excited. We have tremendous respect, obviously, when you've won that many national championships, and they've been doing this for a long, long time, and we're kind of the new kid on the block per se, and we just view it as an incredible opportunity to go and see how we stack up, and that's why we play the game, right?
KP, you, Jesse, and Jordan have all been big supporters of each other's programs this year, and you saw it today. Even though Hardin-Simmons lost, it was a packed house there. You come over here, packed house here. Can you just kind of talk about the atmosphere of what today was like? Yeah, man, I tell you, the crowd that was here was really into it. I didn't see Jesse and them scored at 17-13. Win or lose? Lost. Did they really? Well, I got great respect for Coach. Ever since I've been here, he has been very, very good, and sending messages and congratulations on certain games and things like that. So, again, I hate that they lost. I mean, I was hoping they could just, we've been texting back and forth during this thing, and and we would just said, hey, why not us? Why can't we go win it, right? So I think that was the biggest thing. He's a great football coach, has a great program, and got nothing but respect for both those guys here in town.
And Coach, you talked earlier this week about 1950, 73. You guys are up there now, the first ever Division I playoff win with ACU. What does that kind of mean that you're going to be in this?
Yeah, that, so when we went through the history of our program, we had slides with team pictures and all the way back to the group in 1950 that went undefeated, and then all the way to 1973, the 1977 group, and then the Division II era under Chris Thompson, and then what we did, we just put a picture of our current jersey, and then behind that we just put a blank purple slide, and we just said, look, it's your time to leave your mark. It's your time to leave your legacy. What's it going to say? And I know people get sick of hearing me say this, but these young men are now 12-4 home record. I think their conference record in 3 years was either 14 or 15-5. Man, you look at, they've been the Western Athletic Conference runner-up. They've been the United Athletic Conference champions. They have been the first team to make the NCAA Division I playoffs. They've been now the first team to win a Division I playoff football game. So, man, they're leaving their mark, and we're not done. I mean, we're leaving our mark on ACU football, and you're right. They will talk about this team because why? They were the first. They were the first one to be able to accomplish something. And I told them, I said, even back in the spring and early in fall camp, I just said, look, 100 years from now, what really matters? What really matters? What really matters are the type men that you are, okay? They're going to talk about your team, but really what matters 100 years from now, okay, is what kind of men are you, okay? What mark are you going to leave on your character, okay, and other people? And so I just try to see the big picture and make sure that it's more than just wins and losses and trophies.
And then obviously you probably don't know too much, but it's a bigger opponent next week. You probably want your number one guy. Should Maverick be available in that game?
Yeah, I'll worry about that tomorrow. I don't even, if not, we'll go with Carson. I mean, that's who we are. I mean, we don't sit and dwell on who's out and who's not in. I mean, we don't, we just sit there and go, okay, we get the injury report every day, and we go, okay, he's not practicing, so next man up, right? I gave them the story of the Belgium draft horses, right? A Belgium draft horse can pull 8,000 pounds. If you put two of them together, they can pull, okay, you would think, they can pull 16,000. No, they can pull 22,000 pounds. Well, if they train together, they can pull 32,000 pounds. So I said, guys, we've been training together since January. You new guys who just got here, you've been training since June. So, man, we can pull all kinds of weight, right? Mm-hmm. We just got to stay together. We don't care who they are. It's just the next man up. We, like you heard Sam say, we have great confidence in our team, and we win as a team. We play as a team. Okay, it's not about one guy. We'll see. We'll listen to the injury report tomorrow at 3:30, and then we'll go from there.
Roach.
Not trying to be, that's just.
Roach, I know KP's big about next guy up. It's
Mm-hmm.
not about one guy, things like that.
Yes, sir.
He's also big about this is for the big country, for
Mm-hmm.
Abilene. And one of your stalwarts on the D line with you is Jerry Lawson of Breckenridge.
Yes, sir.
Buckaroo.
They're in the I think it was the fourth quarter where you guys had him pinned back. It seemed like his eyes got bigger and he was raring to go. What has he brought to the table for you guys?
Oh, I mean, everything. That dude works his tail off every day. Being a younger guy compared to me, I mean, he inspires me every day to keep going. Just the energy, the work ethic, great dude overall, but hell of a player. And so I knew watching him, seeing his intensity, we feed off that. We feed off each other. And like I said, we're put in those situations every day at practice. So I knew, okay, this is nothing for Jerry. Nothing new for Okie, nothing new for Chris Wright. We were ready. But, yeah, Jerry, hell of a player, no doubt.
It's not very often you see high school running backs eat their way all the way to three technique. He just jumped right over the linebacker position. I actually was recruiting him to be an outside of the rush, but he showed up and looked like he had swallowed twin sixth graders, so I put him in three technique.
Coach Will Schaefer was flying around on defense today, making tackles in the backfield, blowing up plays.
Nothing new.
What if it was his energy that he brought today?
Nothing new. Nothing new for Will.
No, Will has just gotten better and better as the season has gone on, and he's one of those guys that he has another year next year to come back, and he embodies everything that ACU stands for, and he is he's one of those guys. I mean, he got here in June, and he is. It feels like he has been here for 3 years. It really does. I mean, his personality and how dynamic it is, and how he's pulled people together. Man, I can't say enough good things about him and the player that he's become, and he's been, he's obviously up for the Buck Buchanan Award. I mean, what a great honor for him, and just to even be recognized as one of the finalists. So, man, I can't say enough good things about Will.
We have time for one more.
Sam, you're gonna buy your line wings, is that what you said?
Yeah.
How many wings could you budget, like, buy?
So look,
Yeah.
Blue Barrel got like a deal, right? $12 wings, like it's like 12 wings, something like that, for like $9. Dude, that's like a great deal. So yeah, everybody was going. So I might as well, give them some wings. It's nothing crazy. That's just love. They work hard, bro. Like they work hard, and I work hard. So I just, I'm gonna show love to the guys who help me get touchdowns. I can't do this without them, literally. So.